So in this session, we will solve a question, and the question is that you have to find sum of n numbers. Now, how can you print first n natural numbers? This is something which we have already discussed, right? So now we have to talk about sum. So if you have to print, let's say for value n is equal to 4, print first 4 natural numbers, then the sum actually will be evaluated like this, right? Now if I just ask you, forget about writing code, if I just ask you to do it, that there are n natural numbers and you have to find some of those n natural numbers in mind, right? How can you do it? One, there is a formula, you directly go through that. Second, let's say we are not talking about the formula, generally if you want to solve it. So then what I'll do is, I have one in my mind, then I'll figure out the next number that is to be added, which is 2. I'll add them. 1 plus 2 is 3. Now I have 3 in my mind. I'll move to the next number that is to be added, which is 3. So I'll add previous sum and current number. So previous sum was 3, current number is 3. I'll add them. I have 6, right? And let me even erase it and we follow the steps along. So for example, initially the sum is, my mind is nothing. It is 0. Then I'll figure out, okay, this is the first number that I have to add. So I'll add this number to the sum that I have in my mind. Now it will be 1. Next number to be added is 2. So current sum that I have is 1. So I'll add 2 to 1 to get 3. So far sum of first 2 natural numbers is 3. Next number to be added is 3. And previous sum is 3. So I'll add them. This will make it 6. Next number to be added is 4. I'll add to get 10. So that means you have some sum in your mind and you are adding numbers alongside to that sum and obviously changing that sum. So this sum is more or less running sum. Now by running sum, I just mean that it is updating as you are moving along, right? So as you are moving, this sum will be updated alongside. So if you have to write code for it, then probably I'll need n for n natural numbers, and I'll just copy paste the line of code to get n. So let's say this is what we have, right? So let me just paste it, right? So you have n now and we have to calculate sum of n natural numbers. So calculating sum, adding to the sum, moving to the next number is a repeated task. So I'll do it in loop, but what all do we need for this loop to run? So one thing that you definitely have to keep in mind is the number that you have to add, right? So next number to be added. So next number to be added initially is 1. It will move to 2, it will move to 3, it will move to 4, 5. So that means you need I. And I'll write a comment here. I actually is next number to be added that I'm supposed to add. So the first number to be added is 1. How many numbers do I have to add? N in total. So I will start from 1, go till n. Nth number is the last number that I have to add. Now what we have to do is, we have to keep this sum in mind and then we have to keep on adding the numbers to this sum. So for that I'll keep a variable sum, which is 0 initially because I don't have any sum for now. And every time I have a number, I will add it to sum. So previous sum value plus the current number that I have to add, and that I'll store in sum. For example, what we are doing over here is, previous sum is 0, then the number that I'll add is 1. I'll add them and I'll keep it in 1. So this is 1. Now the next number that you have to add when it is 2, so far the sum is 1, you will add this 2 to 1 and store it in sum. So here we are adding this 2 to previous sum, which is 1, and storing it in 1. Storing it in sum, sorry. And this is how it is going to run. And that's it. So once you are done with this much, only thing that you have to do is print the final sum that you have. Now just run it. N value. So my bad. One thing that I missed, a very basic and trivial mistake, is the increment step. So once you have added current number, obviously you should move to the next number, and this is something which is very important, we discussed, because once you will miss this, the condition will be more or less fixed, and the condition, or I should say the number of times that loop is going to run, that target will not be reached. So this is something which is very important. Now let's just run it and enter 4 over here, and we have sum of first 4 natural numbers and answer was 10. right? So let me test it for some other value as well. Let's say you have 6 over here, then 21 is the answer. And this is what we have. Now let me do a quick dry run. So in case you are still slightly confused around how things are moving, so what we can do is we can do a quick dry run and we can have values as I and sum. Every time we are moving, we will iterate. Initial value of I is 1, initial value of sum is 0, right? This is what you have at this stage. Now, when you enter the loop, this is the first time you are entering the loop. Sum will be sum plus I. So, sum plus I, 0 plus 1, 1, that will be sum. I will be I plus 1. So, I will increase to 1. This is what you have. Next time when you enter the loop, I is 2. So, you will check 2 is less than n. Let's say n is 4. Upper limit is 4. 2 is less than 4. You will enter the loop. Sum is equal to sum plus I. Sum is 1. I is 2. Sum will be 3 now. I is equal to I plus 1. I will be 3 now. Now, next time when you will enter the loop, you will check this condition. 3 is less than equal to n, less than equal to 4. Sum is equal to sum plus I. Sum is 3. 3 plus 3 makes it 6. I is equal to I plus 1 makes it 4. You will go back, check 4 less than equal to 4 is still true. That means sum is equal to sum plus I. Sum is 6, I is 4, sum plus I will be 10. I is equal to I plus 1, I will be 5. Eventually at this point, 5 less than equal to 4 will be incorrect and you will stop. So this is how things are going to be and this is how they will move. So I hope you have clarity around this and you will be able to solve questions similar to this pattern. Thank you.